All right. Well, this is a quick start training for those of you in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Rio Rancho, Los Lunas, Belen, all of the areas in central New Mexico, because truly what you have your hands on, if you take this seriously and if you truly do run with it, we're going to run alongside you. My name is Brittany Francis, and you're with Carla and Rudy Lovato. We're going to run alongside you guys. And we know that this technology God's put in our hands for such a time as this. I will tell you that Rick and I are one of the only people that brought it to Katy, Texas. And we took it seriously. And my husband was able to get out of the car business after 10 months. And so, this can be as big as you want it to be, as small as you want it to be. If you just want to make an extra 500 a month, then we will walk with you slowly. If you want to be like me and my husband, where we wanted to run all the way, then we will run as fast as you want to run. So just understand that what you have your hands on is truly unique. There's 70 global patents and nobody can touch us. Okay. So, first of all, when you talk to people, before you even do that, you want to have your why in your pocket. My why was that I was ministry driven. I wanted to run and tell people about the Lord, and that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want Rick and I to be held down from the car business. That was my why. My second why was that our children, our younger two, well, our older two didn't really know Rick because he worked so much. And so I wanted a new life for our family. So that was my why. So if you have a strong why and that's in your pocket, when you are a pioneer like you are with this technology, and then you know what you have your hands on, which is I'm about to show you like where you're going to find the testimonies and everything. When you get all of that together in one caboodle, um, nobody's going to be able to knock you. You want to be fearless and unshakable because truly in New Mexico, you're a pioneer. Okay. When we came to Texas, and I'm from New Mexico, so I feel I can say this as a whole. Texans are a little bit more open-minded to new things. However, something that's good about New Mexico is New Mexico likes holistic. So you do have that. Texas, not so much. They don't care. So it's a good thing of what you have your hands on in New Mexico. So you want to focus on the good. You want to focus on the good. Now, if you're new and you just ordered your patches, or if you have a brand partner that just ordered their patches. So I'm going to talk to you as if you're the leader or you just started. You want to start a tracker, okay? You want to track everything because as you track it, you're going to have a storyline. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. 40 day 47, my thyroid healed itself. Rick stopped snoring after 3 days. Rick's back stopped hurting after 5 months. You are going to see things longer, longer, and longer that you wear this patch. So that is something to be really keyed in on is to teach people to track. Also, you want to teach people to drink water and electrolytes. Okay, because if they're a prune, the technology still works, but those stem cells can't travel where they want to go as fast as they want to go. Okay, if people aren't seeing fast enough results, then you usually 98% of the time it's user error. So you want to ask them, are you wearing it every day? And then if you hear a, well, then you know the answer is no. Okay. So then you're going to ask them, are you wearing it close to 4 to 5 days a week or 2 to 3 days a week? And if they go, 4 to 5, definitely. Well, that's not good enough. It needs to be 7 days a week. Okay. So it's usually 98% user error. Okay. If they really don't see anything and they really promise you that they have done everything, have them order a copper cup from Amazon and drink from a copper cup every once in a while because especially it depends on what their house is made of, but the new pipes and everything, there's no copper. So there could be a severe copper deficiency, and this elevates the GHKCU peptide, the copper peptide in the body. So if they're already copper deficient, well, they need a little bit of a boost. So just drink out of a copper cup. Okay. So just knowing those little details will gain their trust in you to listen to you because you can't patent placebo. The patent says the body elevates the GHKC peptide. It's Loctite solid. So that's important. So now, if somebody jumps in and says, I do not want to share yet, you are not going to send them this. You are going to hold their hand through their story. You're going to hold their hand through the story. You're not going to shove, who do you love? Who do you love? Which is what I'm about to teach you in a minute. But you are going to hold their hand through their story. But if they say, you know what, I'm ready to go and there are several people that I love. Here's a couple of things that I would say are your must do's. First of all, you want to send them to championmakers.com. And I know a lot of you guys know this, but I'm telling you as if I just enrolled you. Okay. So I will send somebody to championmakers.com and I will stay on the phone with them. So I don't just send a text anymore because I used to and people don't do it. So I'll stay on the phone with them and I'll say, okay, click the first button. So then they'll click the first button, make sure that they're on phone. Okay. And when they click the first button, it's going to text the word patch, right? And so text the word patch to this number. It's not going to inundate them with text messages, but every single time there's a presentation or a Bible study coming up or self-growth in leadership training, or a team Zoom, they're going to get a notification. So you have to teach people that this is their franchise. If they say, I do not have time to look at it, they will not make money. It's a franchise. Okay. So you just have to tell them this doesn't mean that every Zoom that you're notified you have to be on. The majority of them are opportunity Zooms. So it might say Brittany Francis is doing the ladies Zoom tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Who do you know? Doesn't mean you have to be on the ladies Zoom. It means you know that Brittany Francis or Rebecca Plant or Carrie Robertson, somebody's doing the presentation, and you can trust that they're going to do a good presentation. And you can call one of your friends and say, hey, here's the script. I'm bringing a stem cell activation technology to the area. And this is going to blow your mind. And I thought of you because of blank, either because God put their name in your heart, because there's something going on with their body and health, or because they're entrepreneurial spirited, or it could be all three. Okay.
Yes.
So when you say that, I'm bringing the stem cell activation technology to the area, you are also, and I am not going to go down this road big time, you are speaking prophetically over your life. And I'm just telling you, I'm big into the power of words because I can be killer with my tongue and I hurt myself and my family whenever I am. So God really impresses that. So I say I'm bringing this to the area because you guys are. And then you invite them to the Zoom. You don't have to tell them everything because the Zoom does it all. And as much as you want to learn is as many Zooms as you want to be on. Okay. So that's that. Second one is school. So this is very important. You're going to join school. It'll be right here. You click join. You have to create an account. You have to have your LifeWave ID number. Okay. And then once it's here, I want you guys to look at this. This is going to be what I'm now calling your library. Okay. So this is going to be your library of any information that you ever need. Okay. So if you really want to go in depth, where you say, look, I'm going to take this seriously. Like my husband and I were making 70 grand a month. That's what we're making. That might sound like a lot to you, but because we fund ministries, it's not enough for us because we want to there's a lot of things God's put on our hearts, a lot of things. So we're like, okay, Lord, so if that's the direction you want to go, I'm going to tell you the direction we went. If you say, you know what, I want to make 500, 600, I'll tell you what to do there. Okay. So the fast start, I wish we would have had this when we first started. This is really great. The 21-day training by Andy Hosier, it's fantastic. So if you say, look, I want to run and I want to run very, very quickly, then I would say watch that training. Okay. Watch the training clip from the team Zoom. Okay. But if you say, you know what, no, I really want to take this seriously, before you start, these are little segments establishing your why, setting proper goals, right? You know your time commitment. Your time commitment may only be able to be 2 hours a week. That's okay. That is okay. Establish what you want to do around it. Okay. And then new basic training. And then this is very important. So every Saturday, there's a basic training on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Okay. So at 9 o'clock a.m. every Saturday, there's a new basic training. The reason why I am pressed to put everyone on this is because all of us trainers have different personality. You may be watching me right now and I may not float your boat, and that is fine. You might watch Danny McDaniel and he might do something or say something that's incredible. Joe Navarro might say something that's incredible. Carrie Robertson might absolutely be the one that the Lord wants you to listen to. So you learn our personalities and you get a little bit from every person. And then you make this business your own. Okay. The comp plan trainings. So here's the new comp plan training. This is only 14 minutes, which is so great. And then it explains the hybrid binary model, which is what we are, which is huge. Just so you know, people were like, oh, I don't want just a binary. Well, now it's a unilateral hybrid binary, and people are so excited if they've ever done direct sales. Okay. And then just little navigation tips for new brand partners. So like I did this school plan, this school one right here.
It's not doing it. No.
Let me see. Sorry. So I did the school one right here and this school training. And so now, whenever somebody says, hey, how do I use school? You can just copy it and send it. This is a copy paste business. How to upgrade a kit. If you don't have time because you're at work and somebody says, hey, I want to upgrade my kit, find an upgrade kit, send it over. Okay. And it explains, okay? Answering pyramid scheme. Oh, this is not a pyramid scheme. First of all, the thing that you need to learn is that this is direct sales. A pyramid is a dealership, and a scheme is when you trick someone and you get nothing back. So I always tell somebody, if somebody says, oh, yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme, I go, that is like super incorrect. And they go, oh, say, first of all, you're exchanging. So that's a scheme would be me tricking you and you not getting anything in return. And they go, okay. And a pyramid would mean that you don't make anything any more than the person above you. And that's not accurate at all. So this is your franchise. And so when they understand it's a franchise, I say it's a binary, they go, "Oh, okay." So I don't focus on that, but you just want to have that verbiage ready to go so that you can beat somebody to the punch if somebody tries to say it. Okay, then you're not fumbling on your words. How to talk to people. So there's how to invite by myself. Again, not everybody likes Brittany Francis's way. How to Launch is very good by Joe Navarro. Men, you really probably would want to watch this one. He's got a really cool story. His family, they were not able to pay for their passports and their children were denied leaving town and they weren't able to go out of town with their family. And he came back and he said no. His family was falling apart. His wife was leaving him. And he said, no, God has more for me. And he launched his business and he's skyrocketed now. So he has a very good story. And Mark Delgado is an incredible man who's a roofer as well. So I really like the different personalities. And then here's your library. So again, you're going to get to know everybody's presentation style. So you can click here and grab a presentation. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite presentations because now I'm going to jog your mind of people that might go and be a part of your heart. Okay. First of all, this one, Casey Mitchell, he and his wife run a ministry up in Oregon. Incredible, incredible man, and he loves to work out. So anybody that loves to work out, this one's really, really good. This one right here by Danny McDaniel on September 10th. I really like this one because it focuses on before and afters. So if there are people in your life that do Botox or there's people in your life that look a little bit older or whatever, utilize that one. A doctor's presentation that I thought was pretty good was this one right here in July. And then for coaches and athletes, I really like this one. So those are some good go-to presentations in school. And I'm going to show you another location that you can get some presentations. Business presentations right here. And then patch testimonials. This is how you guys are really going to work your business. Okay. So as people come to your mind, they're going to say, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? Right? You can click on testimonials, and I always tell everybody at least check this once a week and really get to know the testimonials. So I'll even read it out loud. And I will literally autoimmune disorders, eczema, so that when somebody says, hey, I have a heart issue, I can go, yes, let me go down my testimonies and I'll find the heart and I'll click share and I'll send it to them. Or, or I will go to YouTube, right? And I will say X39 testimonial heart. And I'll be able to find heart testimonies. Look at this. Like just all sitting there. Kidney and congestive heart failure. Guys, they're just sitting there waiting for you, right? So they're all there. You just need to know where to look. And that's what I wanted to show you guys tonight. So you guys have something very special. So sciatica all the way to sleep. Okay. So just know that this is your tool. Okay. These are all just tools in your tool belt that you have. What do doctors have to say? New Mexico is very good about asking this. So know some doctor testimonials, okay? I love Dr. Maurice. She explains this really well, but there's some other doctors in here, like she's a dentist and she was unable, Dr. Afshan was unable to lift her hand from a stroke and she had to sell her practice to her brother. And she was in my living room when I patched her. She was able to lift her hand the first night. So when you hear these things and you see these things, you realize this is not something that is normal. This is God given and God breathed, and it's gonna rock. This week I did a ladies Zoom, so you can find it under the ladies X39 presentations, and then just look for November 4th. I had a stem cell expert on there. I had a nurse on there with endometriosis, and she's seen unbelievable results. And I had somebody else with like a mole that came off, and then somebody else with major health issues. This was a big one. So just know that all of these are at your fingertips. These are my favorites, which are the shorter explanations. Okay. And I'm showing you this even if you've been in the business before, because this is how you're going to onboard people that you love and that have jumped in with you. So exactly what I'm doing is what I will do for people. Like tomorrow, I've got 4 onboardings. And people go, well, you're not signing people up. No, but this is a franchise. And if I make sure that their franchise can succeed, then their franchise will know what to do, and then duplication, right? And so that's why it's important to get all this. So like this guy right here, this X39 12-minute presentation, Dr. Tori and Patty, this is probably my favorite. He received the Practitioner of the Year award from the National Basketball Association. So he's got phenomenal credentials. And his and then my friend Patty Glick, she was a nurse and a health coach for 30 years and she loves this. So they explain it in 12 minutes. So if you know that there's somebody that just needs to know it fast, I send that. I said, hey, I'm bringing this stem cell activation technology. Hey, the NBA practitioner of the year, he did a presentation with another nurse for 12 minutes. It's short. You need this, and I want you to watch it really fast, and I'm going to call you back. Okay, it's 12 minutes. Anybody can watch something for 12 minutes, right? So there's short trainings and then on and on. Now, I'm going to focus on this for a minute. Just a week ago, Hawaii incentive trip just started. It is the easiest incentive trip I've ever seen. I promise you. You breathe, you get a point. Okay. So you want to, if you have ever dreamed to go to Hawaii, write it on your board and say, I'm doing it. And start writing down all the things. And they did a video, an incentive training that is fantastic on how to get to Hawaii. It is beyond obtainable. I think Antoinette on here, I think she already has 10 points and you need 75. Like, so it's very simple. Okay. So, leadership, look, personal development, you are building a volunteer army to go and change the world and impact lives. And if you have not developed into a leader, God's not going to entrust you with the army. So personal development is super important. And Danny and Diane taught us that. And so there were some things that Rick and I needed to get fixed. And as we fix them still, God is trusting us more and more and more. So same thing for you. Okay. Now, this is your downloads and your presentations. I highly recommend that you download the slides and that you start looking at them. I highly recommend it. Also, the earnings slides, it's good to know how you're going to get paid, right? And so it's just good. And then that health tracker sheet, the patch flyer of all the patches is right here. Okay. Some of them are outdated, like that doesn't exist anymore. I don't even know what that's are. But it's all there. You don't have to, school is literally your one-stop shop. Okay. So that's going to be the first place that you're, oh, specialty Zooms. We do need to cover this. Doctor's presentation. I don't think this is here anymore. This is not here anymore. Yeah, it's not. The doctor's presentations. If you don't see it here, there's another place that it is, and I will show you that. Okay. But just find like healthcare professionals. So if you have a doctor that says, I am interested, David Schmidt did a phenomenal explanation to healthcare practitioners about this technology. So you can literally click it and send it. Okay. So that is school. Get to know it. Put it on your to-do list to just every day maybe spend 5 to 10 minutes in school. So remember, you're sending everybody to Champion Makers. Okay. You got school, you're the first text thread. And then here's how to launch your business. We're redoing this video here. So you don't have to watch this video, but this one is really good. And that's the Joe Navarro one. Okay. So all that being said, that is going to be your one-stop shop. Now, the other thing that I would like you to do is go to youtube.com. And when you go to youtube.com, you're going to type in at top tier LifeWave. Okay. And it's going to look like this with the cross at the center. When you click it, there's going to be tons of trainings that we've done for you guys, for our team. Onboarding, how to hit manager, and testimony Tuesdays. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, we have Testimony Tuesday. I do the science and we share testimonies. There is nothing about the business. So if you say, look, I just want people to hear the health. I feel like you may not know the second piece that they might be praying for, but you can send them to a Testimony Tuesday or come on Testimony Tuesday, share your testimony and use it as a platform where you can turn around and say, like Natalie, she did a beautiful testimony a couple weeks ago, and Annette did a beautiful testimony a couple weeks ago. That is the perfect Zoom to use to say, hey, I was a speaker on the technology I've been telling you about. I want you to watch it. Will you watch it? Because I'm the one that's on it. So that's a great way for you to utilize it to launch your business. Okay. So you'll just be able to find, tons of information here. And when you click the playlist, there's playlists that I have just for you guys. So um, brand partner trainings, incentive trips, welcome to LifeWave. So you guys can grab this. Let's say that today you enrolled a new brand partner. You can send them, let's say that they say, well, I don't want to share yet. I don't want to be onboarded. Well, you can send them this. You can send them this, share it, copy it, and send it out. And
Well,
it's
welcome. My name is
myself
Brittany Francis. On behalf of the
explaining how to wear the patch, what they have to expect, drink water, drink electrolytes, and voila. Okay. So that's a good place to start as well. So at toptierlifewave.com. Okay. Now, next tool in your tool belt. So you've got champion makers at Top Tier LifeWave and your one-stop landing page. Thisisitinfo.com. I told you in Albuquerque, this may not be a big deal, but this is a big deal. Okay. It's all established for you. When somebody says, I need to see the patent, I need to see this study, like Rick says, everybody all of a sudden becomes studious Sammy. Okay. You can go to thisisitinfo.com, click patents and studies. And these are just some of the studies. The rest of the studies are in your back office if they need more. But you can send them this right here and just send it to them and say, here's the studies. Okay. If they want to hear, if they want to just know a little bit, I love this video. It's only 3 minutes. It explains the business. It explains how the patch works. It's unbelievably well done. Okay. But if they want to know what phototherapy is, all of it's here. The majority of this training is to understand the tools that you have your hands on. And now I'm going to help you build your business. But that is just so incredibly important because if you know the tools, when somebody asks you, well, what about the heart? You know, thisisitinfo.com is going to have testimonies and you can literally look for heart. Look for stroke. There's your heart. Look for stroke. Look, just send it over to them. Heart testimony, heart testimony. Send it over, right? If you have your tools ready, the person can either say yes or no. And if they say no, you have to remember it's not personal and it's no for right now. And what I will always tell them is, will you honor me when you do decide to do it? And will you come with me? Because I want to be a part of your story and I want to be a part of your miracle. And you know what? People will honor you. If you have the boldness to ask them to honor you, they will. So that's that. Okay. Now, next piece of the pie, social media. So that doesn't look like my social media anymore. When you go to Facebook, you can do this while you're watching this and just pause it if you're watching a recording, or you can do this while we're on the phone. You want to look up X39 Patch Up Training and upcoming lives. You want to invite every single person on your team to this and yourself, obviously. But you want to invite everyone to this because If there's anything big coming, if we're coming to Albuquerque, or if if something's happening, or you want to learn how to do a presentation, look, I posted how to do a presentation right here. Uh, if I'm doing all of a sudden a Q&A, which I'm going to delete this now, but if all of a sudden I'm doing Q&A, I'll post it there. Who do you know in Knoxville, Tennessee? So any like upcoming big news, I'm going to place here. Okay. So let's pop out managers, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. But if you want to watch it, it's all here. Okay. So that's another key. All right. So patch up training lives. Okay. Then making waves. So making waves is where like tonight when Antoinette, she hit, I think, 2-star manager. So we're going to announce her on making waves as a 2-star manager. You want to announce your people. You know why, guys? Because in the corporate world, nobody ever gets celebrated. We get to celebrate each other. And guess what? We're celebrating each other as our lives are changing. So it's exciting. Okay. So making waves. This, if you can screenshot this, I'm sure either Rudy and Carla are coming, or they'll probably have a watch party, which I'm guessing they're going to have a watch party. And I know Carla, she's a party animal, so she'll make it fun. So this is vital. Like when I tell you this is vital, my husband thought that this business, well, he thought it was cute. And then he came to the presentation. Then he came to the training and he went, "Oh, there's men up there. This ain't Mary Kay." And I'm not knocking anything if you've done Mary Kay. I'm not knocking it. But this is not Mary Kay. No, this is a full throttle business. And they will train you and your team's socks off. So absolutely make sure that you put this date aside, because I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing what you will learn and your business will explode. Okay. So just remember that this is a franchise. Okay. So as we dig in this, just remember that this is your franchise. So when you say, okay, Brittany, how many people do you talk to a day? My goal was $50,000 a month in the first year. That was my goal. So when I called Danny and Diane, I had the flexibility to make the calls. So you may have a corporate job, or you may have an everyday job where you cannot make 10 calls a day. It's okay. You establish what works for you. If you talk to 3 people a day, you've talked to 783 people in the next 365 days on a 5-day work week. That's amazing. Okay. But for me, I was like, I'm going to talk to 10 people a day. I'm going to follow up with 10 people a day. And I'm going to send 10 people to a Zoom. That did not mean I was talking to people for 20 to 40 to 60 minutes each one. It was, hey, I'm bringing a stem cell activation technology to the area, and I want you to look at this. I want you to watch this because I'm telling you, it is wide open. Boom. Send them the Zoom. Send them the recording. Send them the live Zoom. Or send them the little short 12-minute or 17-minute, whichever one you like out of school, because you're going to know your people's personalities. Okay. Send them a testimony Tuesday if you know that they're love driven and they want to just love people and impact people. Okay. So that is going to be your pro strategy. How many people are you talking to a day? Okay. This is your Zoom schedule. Okay. So right here. So you've got Monday nights. This doesn't mean you're on it. This means that this is opportunity for you to send people. Okay. Monday nights, Tuesdays, ladies, Tuesday night, which is not on here, Tuesday night, which is Testimony Tuesday with us. And Carla will make sure that you get that every week. Rudy and Carla will lead you to it. And then you'll lead your people. Wednesday nights, Fridays, business. Saturdays are your brand partner training. And Sunday nights, write this down, 7 o'clock. I know it's not the easiest time on a Sunday night, probably for some of you, but we pray together. We talk things out for the week, and it's a vital Zoom because as close as you stay to the fire is as hot as you will be. Your business will be as hot as close as you are to the fire. So Sunday night team Zooms are really, really important. Monday mornings, we have a really good Monday morning team Zoom to really get the whole week going. Okay. So between those, you want to stay on fire. Okay. Let's talk about getting you guys rocking and rolling. So whether you're new in the business or whether you're just rolling in and the Lord's just like, come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the power of two. Okay. When you talk power of two, okay, what I want you to know is that the new business model is incredible. It's all volume based. So I'm going to use our friend Antoinette as an example, okay? So she jumped in as a core and she looked at it and she saw it and she went, oh no, we're doing this, okay? She knows what the Lord's called her to, and she knows that this is what's going to get her free to do what she's been called to do, okay? So she said, all right, I actually want to upgrade to premium. So she paid the difference, went to premium. Okay, this is very important. She now has 525 business volume towards 1-star manager because your volume counts towards the volume of total. So if she enrolls somebody, so she has 525. If she enrolls somebody over here as an advanced, that's 300 business volume. So now guess what? 525 plus 300. She just hit 1-star manager because 1-star manager needs 750 business volume. She just got 25 bucks extra. Then she says, hey, you know what? My brother's entrepreneurial. We're going to take this and we're going to run. So she enrolls brother. And let's say that brother enrolls in advanced. Then all of a sudden, she's 300 business volume, 300, that's 600, plus an additional of whatever she has of 525. So now she has 1,125 business volume. And then tomorrow she wakes up and says, no, somebody else was put on my heart. And she enrolls somebody else at 300. So at 300 BV, which is an advanced. Then that's an additional. And so now she's at 1,425. And then all of a sudden she turns around and enrolls a core, which is worth 180. She is now a 2-star manager and earned $50 in addition to everything that she earned. And she can earn up to $450 for the first 9 weeks of rolling in 1 to 2-star manager for 9 weeks straight. Okay, so now as you're starting to look at the testimonies, so you're brand new, you're starting to look at the testimonies and go, oh my gosh, this person, this person, this person. You're making those 2-minute calls. You're making those 2-minute calls, putting them on a Zoom, 2-minute calls, or using Brittany Francis on a 3-way, or Carla and Rudy on a 3-way. You're putting us all to work, okay? Now she's going to call her friends or her family and say, now who do you love? And now she's going to get them to 1-star and 2-star manager. And who do you love? And who do they love? And if somebody says, well, I want to wait and see what it does for me, which y'all, that is so selfish because there are so many people that got testimonies before Rick and I, it's hilarious. Like the lady with Lyme disease that Danny and Diane told us that we needed to tell her to expect it to be a year before she saw things because it was such a significant Lyme disease. She stopped having issues after 1 month. Can you imagine if we would have waited for Rick's back to feel better? There is a woman that I know because of Carla and Rudy's yes, and then the next yes, and then her daughter's yes, and that now her life is forever changed. That's the power of what you have your hands on. So you need to tell people that piece. And if they still say no, that's fine. Okay. Then you go to the next. You keep filling your pipeline. As you begin, see, so you're personal, 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 personal. Now, guess what? If you follow this model and you're helping people upgrade and you're helping people get people and who do they love and who do they love, it may not be too advanced. It may be that they get 4 cores. That's fine. That's still 180, 180, that's 360. 180, 180, that's 360. You're good. Plus what you've done. You're a manager, okay? So it's all volume based, okay? And I'm going to show you the picture of what the volume looks like so you can screenshot it. Our goal is to help everybody to get to 1-star director within a month. Now they could take 2 months, 5 months, 6 months. It's fine. But once they hit the 1-star director, they get a $500 bonus. Then when they hit 1-star executive, they get a $5,000 bonus. When they hit 1-star presidential, they get a $50,000 bonus. So it's all about, who do you love? Who do they love? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to want to know as a leader, okay? Let's say that I introduced it to Antoinette or I introduced it to Natalie. I want to know everybody under Natalie. So Natalie introduced it to Jack and Jack introduced it to Joe. I want to meet Joe. And then I want to ask Joe, what 2 people do you love? Now all of a sudden you're 3rd level. Now all of a sudden your franchises are franchising. And then your franchises are franchising. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you cough, you get paid in this business. It's ridiculous. Okay. So that's how you want to treat it. Now, I keep a very good record. Well, I now keep, I really can't lie. I now keep, like, as of like 2 months ago, a really good record of who I contact. Because before I was just like, it was like the Lord would put somebody on my heart and I would call him and then I'd forget I called him. Okay. So don't do that. Keep record of who you've called. This is in school. Okay. Now, all of this is going to get you to Hawaii because all of a sudden you've hit manager. That's a point every week that you stay as manager. You've hit 1-star manager. That's 5 points. You've enrolled somebody at core, that's 2 points. You've enrolled somebody at advanced, that's 4 points. You've enrolled somebody at advanced plus, that's, guys, you need 75 points total to get to Hawaii. That's crazy. For Hawaii and airfare for 100 points. You did 10 points in a day. Like, come on. 125 points, 2 trips, 1 airfare. This is very doable. So everything that you do, track, okay? Now, screenshot this. This is your power of 2 and what creates volume. So let's say that Natalie tomorrow goes to work, or Irene goes to work, or Justina goes to work, and somebody says, hey, Justina, I've been thinking about that X39. I just want to order a couple of sleeves. I don't want to do core. I just want to order a couple of sleeves. If she orders 2 sleeves, that's 77 times 2. So she just got 154, 164. Okay, 154. Yeah, 154. She got 154 business volume right there towards whatever level she's working towards. Okay. If they do an Eon, an Ice Wave, Alavita patch, that's 55 business volume. A core is 180. Advanced is 300, advanced plus is 500, and then a premium is 525 for the first month, 110 for the next month, and 110, I need to fix that. 110 for the next month. Okay? Now, in your back office, what you're going to do is you're going to log in and it's going to tell you what is required for your first level of manager. It's going to tell you what is needed as far as what your purchase is. and then what you are producing. Okay. Then to get to 2-star manager, it's going to tell you what level you're at and how much more volume you need. Same thing with 3-star manager. And then all of a sudden you'll hit director and it'll do that again. Okay. This is when I say that it gets silly fast, it gets super silly fast. So as you hit 1-star manager, you earn 5% every time somebody ships, plus whenever you sign somebody up of the first level to you. Once you hit 2-star manager, you earn 7% of everything that is shipped first level to you every time somebody ships. Then 2% of the second level. Then you hit 3-star manager, 1-star director, and see how the volume, when it goes deeper and deeper, now all of a sudden you're getting binary money. So now what you need to picture, and I'm going to show you this, is you have 2 teams in the business. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. You have a left team and a right team. So you have friends over here, and then you have friends over here. You're going to help everybody across the board win. But you've got a left team and a right team, okay? In a binary company, so in a unilateral company, you get paid off of all this. In a binary company, you get paid right here, okay? You get paid a total percentage of the total volume of points underneath you. So let me show you what that would look like. And I think ours is still behind, but that's all. So when you go to your back office and as your commission gets deeper and deeper and deeper, sorry, there's a fly. Okay. So I know that this is behind because I know that I've already hit this. But as your commission gets deeper and deeper and deeper, what will happen is your check will get higher and higher and higher. Okay. Because the company pays deeper and deeper and deeper volumes. Okay. So you are going to have, this is what your back office looks like. You are going to have a right team and a left team. You're going to enroll your first person or 2 people, whichever you want to do, but I would suggest 1 and 1. Your first person on whichever is the outer leg. So let's say that Justina, you're growing your business. You have 2 legs. You have a left team and a right team, but you're on Carla's left. You enroll your first person on your left. The next person will go on the right. And then the next person goes on the left. The next person goes on the right. And all the volume begins to accrue under each other. So you want to put your family first if they're interested in the business. You want to put your children in if they're interested in the business or you want to get them a spot. You want to put your best friends in the business first. Because once God really releases you to explode this thing, as long as they stay on auto ship every month, when they get a spot, the volume begins to accrue under them, under the leg that they're on. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this eventually will look like. It's going to take me a minute, sorry. It's coming. So you want to picture you have a left team and you have a right team. Okay, this is you. You put Sarah on your left, you put George on your right. Then you put somebody else, or your sponsor puts somebody else. This is you, sorry. This is your sponsor. Your sponsor puts somebody else over here. And then you put Daniel. And then all of a sudden, your sponsor puts somebody else. They're helping you grow this side of your business, and all this volume rolls up. It's incredible. Okay. So you want the closest people to you enrolled. Okay. Then over here, you're going to do the same thing. In a binary company, you don't just get paid every time somebody ships, every time a franchise moves, every time you don't just get paid that. You get paid a percentage of the lesser of the two legs. So if one team is, let's picture down the road, your volume on one team is $20,000 in a week, and your volume on the other team is $18,000, you're going to get paid the lesser of the two legs 10% because your volumes are going to grow higher and higher and higher. And as those volumes grow higher and higher, the percentage goes deeper because now once you've hit director, right, you're earning 7% of the lesser leg, 9%, and then your 3-star director, you're earning 10% of the lesser of the two legs. That's huge. So last week, the lesser of our two legs, we were traveling last week, so last week was a little bit slower. The lesser of our two legs was $100,000. We got paid $10,000 in just the binary. So see, you want to help your teams win. You want to help your people learn this concept of who do they love? Now, who do they love? And then you dig. Who's this person? Who's Amy? Well, so-and-so enrolled, or who enrolled so-and-so and under so-and-so. Today, I did a presentation with someone I just counted in my brain, they're 9 under me. Well, guess what? They enrolled 3 people, 4 people, and I earned 10% of that volume because they're on my lesser leg. I'm going to help all of them. And then I want to know who those people are. And I want to work with those people. So it's a franchise that you're teaching your people. You are literally, you are creating an army of people that God is entrusting to you. And the more that you learn this, the more that will be entrusted. Okay. If you have a strong person, now I'm going to do Q&A. If you have a strong person who is willing to share with all her family, should they be on the left or the right? Doesn't matter. If you have somebody that wants to explode on one side, it may not, Sylvia, hear me because you're thinking right. You may have 10 people over here that are just purchasing per one person that's exploding over here. So now you're starting to see that if you have a strong business builder over here, but you don't have any strong business builders over here, you may only have 2 or 3 people over here because they're strong business builders, but you may have 30 people over here until you get somebody that wants to blow this thing out of the water in the world, right? So you're right, Sylvia. So it wouldn't matter. You're going to put them on whichever is the lesser of the two legs. So if you don't have anybody yet, you're going to put them on one leg and then move over to the other and then help them. I'll work with you. Carla and Rudy will work with you. Rudy, out of every man in our entire organization, I will say he has the binary. Oh, there he is. He has the binary down better than anybody. So you've got a really great leader in that he will help you. Carla brings the enthusiasm. Rudy brings the strategy. So hopefully that helps answer that. Yes. So Justina, you can change people from your left or your right up to 5 days of enrolling them, 5 business days. So let's say that you do, Justina, you say, you know what, me and Carla are going to go do a presentation together. And you get 10 people. And then the next day, this person you've been working on for 6 months says, you know what, Justina, we're going to go rock this world together. You can all of a sudden move several people over from the other leg and just kind of try to make it even. So hopefully that explains that. But you have 5 business days to move people. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. You'd be able to move people all over the place, and you don't want to do that. So hopefully that explains that. Okay, what did I not cover? Rudy, Carla, you can unmute. Tell me what I did not cover. Any of you all, tell me what I didn't cover, because I'm happy to cover anything. We covered script.
Yeah, I'd kind of suggest for people to have, and I'm not too sure because I left the room for just a little bit. I was helping Antoinette sign somebody up. Um,
On fire.
I didn't, so I don't know if you said this, but you showed where you told where all the forms were at, but I always carry a lot of stuff with me. So
Yes.
keep the tractors, keep the, the sign up sheets, the health trackers. I'd say have quite a few of those printed out. So then when you sign somebody up, you can, hand them a sheet, get them started, get them going, and then encourage them to, go to school, find where all the printouts are at, the forms, and print them out themselves too, so they can keep a little arsenal with them also.
That's good. That's really good, Rudy. And he's right. I mean, like this 2020 worksheet, I really like it. It's so basic, but for me, it's really I'm a visual person. So I need to, if I know that I have a strong person over here, so that's really good, Rudy. Make sure that you do go through these presentations and always have a sign up sheet ready. Always. So always have an order form on hand.
Oh.
Okay. This is what the order form looks like. Retail is $149. You make $50 on a retail. It's just flat. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Core, advanced plus premium. Okay. It tells you on the bottom how much PV, okay, that it's worth. Okay. So then you can explain to people, okay, do you have people on your heart right now that we get them on the phone? Let's get you to manager. Let's get you to manager. Let's get you going. If they say yes, then explain to them, well, if you jump in here, this is the amount of PV that you'll get, and we can get you boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then the next piece is once this is important, guys, this is your business. You own this business for 2 sleeves a month. That's it. You could order an X39 in an ice wave. You can order an X39 in a neon. You can order an X39 and X49. You're wearing them anyways. Do not give away your patches. Listen to me. Don't give them away. You can loan a sleeve. That's why I like having extra sleeves. Loan a sleeve, get them started on their patches while their patches come in and get one back from them. Okay? Because you are not a store and you are not, I want to try it. Great. You're going to do the core. That's fantastic. You're giving me 90 days and they might not do auto ship. That's okay. But you own your business for 2 sleeves a month if you are a manager or above. If they say, no, I just want to stay active in the binary, I'm not ready to share yet, then just give them 1 sleeve of anything. An Eon, an Ice Wave, an X39, X4, it doesn't matter. Okay. This is what I was going to tell you. And I cannot tell you guys this like more than, oh my gosh. You cannot buy this from Walmart. You cannot buy this from Amazon. So if somebody, because it happens and I don't know why. And again, I'm from Albuquerque, so I'm not dogging it. It is what it is. If somebody Googles X39, they are going to have it pop up at Walmart. It is not real. Oh, look, they might have even, yeah, see, they're trying to catch it because yesterday you were able to, okay. First of all, do you seriously think that you are going to be able to get patches that activate your stem cells for $19? The answer is absolutely positively not. Okay. But the way you're going to debunk them is you're going to say, well, yeah, so and so has them Walmart or Amazon or whatever. You're going to go and you're going to go, okay, show me. Then you're going to go right here. Sold and shipped by Nicolette A. That is not LifeWave. That is not LifeWave. They are not guaranteed patches. They are damaged patches or they are patches that have things on them that are dangerous. They are not from LifeWave. Our patches do not go to Walmart. Okay. So when you debunk that immediately, or if somebody says, oh, I found this on social media and it says it's a stem cell activation patch. No, it's not. Look at it closer because like there's something on Facebook the other day and I had somebody panic. She's my panicker. She was like, oh my gosh, somebody came up with it. And I was like, no, it says CHKCU. GHKCU is the copper peptide. You can't even get that right. And so she's like, oh, okay, 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 okay. So just know nobody else can touch it. So hopefully that helps you guys.
Introduce Charles. He has a couple questions. He just signed up too. We want to introduce Charles. He just signed up just now and he just got on. I'm telling you, Antoinette's on fire here.
You guys are going to impact the world.
Okay,
This
Charles, can you
team
unmute
is going to impact the world.
yourself?
Can you hear us, Charles?
Yes, Matt, yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
sir, we can.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be a part of it and learn as much as I can and run with everything. So
Welcome.
thank you,
Welcome.
ma'am.
This is exciting. Oh,
To our
yeah.
team.
The other Albuquerque team has nothing on this team.
Yeah.
So excited for you. Okay. So next question. What do you tell people who are not seeing results if they are patching consistently? What do you send them? Okay, I'm going to show you guys that. So there's a couple things. If they, again, I always ask them, how many times a week are you patching? And then if they say yes, then this is what you need to remember. Okay. There is a dimmer switch in your body. There is a dimmer switch in your body. By the time they're 30, half of their stem cells are dormant. By the time they're 60, 90% of their stem cells are dormant. This dimmer switch goes up and up and up. And as the stem cells start waking up, what ends up happening is they're heat-seeking missiles. And it may be that the person is anemic, has kidney issues, their body is fighting the big C word. Whatever it is, and yes, I have had somebody whose body was doing that, and they said that they didn't feel anything, and I knew it was impossible. They stopped patching, and 3 months later, they called me in complete panic because they should have never stopped patching. With all of my heart, with all of the conviction in my heart, tell them if they are definitely not feeling something, they need to go get their blood work drawn because there's something happening and it's good. It's an internal thing. Now, I really like Patch EDU for only a couple things. First of all, this talks about a copper deficiency. If they are copper deficient, there's going to be slower results. Okay. If they want, she's got a couple of good little protocols here. If they say, well, I'm really tired, well, you sleep when you are healing. So that means that you're healing. Sleep, okay? It's not going to be forever. That's a form of your body going, we're going to work. Okay? So I had several people with long COVID issues that the first week and a half, they were exhausted. And 2 weeks later, the man woke up and he was able to walk up the stairs, and he was not able to walk up the stairs, you guys, for 2.5 years. And he didn't even realize he walked up the stairs because he had just and he ran back down, ran back up, ran back down, it was the coolest thing ever. It's working. It just might be that there's something else that your body's fixing. So if there's other issues like overly tired, reverse polarity, activating your patches, she's just, I really like Dr. Jen. So slow results. She explains, what are you missing maybe? It's very rare that somebody says, I'm not seeing anything, especially if you teach them to track what Charles, you're going to see this recording and it will really help. But especially when you start to track the things, people will see results, or the wife will see the results. Really, they're going to be like, no, you didn't snore last night, because only Only men snore. So, but that's really, really good. And then if people say, I want to see the studies on the X39, that this is at info.com has it. But here's some good X39 peptide studies. And I really like these studies that they're just really, really good. So she's just very put together. So she doesn't build a business well, but she knows what she's talking about with the patch. So don't rely on Dr. Jen to build or help you build your business. You go to the people that do it well, which is Champion Makers and the This Is It team. So because they know how to build a business. So she's very knowledgeable though. So, but hopefully that helps you guys. I think that this is going to really explode you guys. Rick and I are available for 3 ways. Guys, I can do 9 o'clock my time. That's nothing. That's nothing for me. So use us. We will present. Let's get your people to manager. Let's get your people the hang of it. Let's make your people that once we get your people in and then you guys start getting some testimonies in your organization, like Justina has crazy testimonies in her organization, crazy, like crazy. The belief is there. Like, yeah, I think she had to get off, but the belief is there. She knows the technology works because she didn't hold back. She introduced it to several people and they all saw testimonies and she was like, oh my gosh, I believe it because I've seen it. Right. And so like Rick and I, we jumped into the business and that night we were Antoinette. That's why I told her I saw it with her because I looked at Rick and I wasn't thinking just about myself and my money. I was not. I sat there and I looked at Rick and I was like, Kristen broke her back when she was 19 years old. She has not been able, you can tell what kind of, I'm definitely charismatic. I was like, she has not been able to raise her hands in worship for 19 years because of her back. My Kelly has Lyme disease. My friend, our real estate agent, countryman, was on 13 medications and what had anxiety medicine to the point where the man would be rocking underneath the desk. These people came to my mind, and I was like, I have to tell everyone about this. I have to impact the world. And Rick said, I have this person, I have this person. And it just turned into the amount of people that we knew and loved that desperately need a miracle. And then all of a sudden it was, who do they love? And who do they love? And in a month to 2 months, we had a mountain of testimonies. Some of them seemed small, of like allergies. Some of them seemed small, like my pinky doesn't hurt anymore, truly. Some of them seemed small, but that was big for them. So do not minimize the miracle that God has in store for the one that God puts on your heart. So again, before we end, Albuquerque is a wide open market. There is only one other team in Albuquerque. And they're part of the Champion Makers team, and I know who they are. They do not hold a candle to the leadership that you guys have. Rudy and Carla are doing in-person presentations. You got in-person presentations by Rick Wickens. You guys, they have to wait for people to come in town to do presentations. You guys are blessed enough that you guys have leaders that say, we're going to do presentations as often, and I'm going to do as many presentations for you all as possible. Watch this recording, utilize your assets, know the tools in your tool belt, and get an unapologetic attitude towards what God has put in your hands, because you will be the pioneers that take that area. Rio Rancho, wide open. Bernalillo, wide open. Las Lunas, wide open. Belen, wide open. Santa Fe, very wide open. And so is Taos. It's all open. So, and we are working on, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Father. We have somebody, thank you, Father, that is Spanish speaking that I think we're going to be able to start bringing on to start doing Spanish presentations next week. So we'll be able to take that area as well. So just start praying. El Paso, wide open. Remember, who do they know? Who do they know? Who do they know? Who do they know? Because now Rick and I have someone in France. We have somebody in Spain. We have somebody in Australia, somebody in Poland, because of who they knew, who they knew, who they knew, who they knew. You're going to have an international business. You got to claim it. You have to pray over it. You have to be a leader. You have to be ready with all the tools in your tool belt and be absolutely unshakable. So hopefully tonight helped. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording